Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's definitely Friday up here. It's December 17th. I'm Tori, and for Jeff, and I'm here with Lindsay and Al, and it's good to see you all.
I would, instead of my normal alarm, I just want my alarm to be Kelly giggling. Like, would that not be the best way to start your day? Like, how bad could your day be if it starts like that?
It's true. You want to know something I do? I have an applause. So when I wake up, people are already applauding me.
Because you just want to get, you just know that it's not going to happen naturally.
Yep, exactly. I'm totally kidding. All right. Chris Noth is back, and this is serious, guys. Very serious allegations of sexual assault. So yesterday, the Hollywood Reporter published a report claiming Noth assaulted two women, one back in 2004, the other back in 2015. Chris has denied the allegations, saying these sexual encounters were consensual. Still, Peloton, remember this, removed its viral ad featuring Noth. And now an actress named Zoe Lister-Jones went on Instagram and called Noth, quote, a sexual predator, claiming he was drunk on the set of Law & Order. While guest starring on the show in 2005, she said he would drink beer in between takes and said he got close to me, sniffed my neck, and whispered, "You smell good." I didn't say anything. It's so rare that we do. She also says she worked at a nightclub he owned in New York and saw him harassing some promoters. And I don't want to be just like, these two women that are alleging assault are alleging rape. Like, this is serious alleging. Some people are, oh, I don't know about this. And they're saying he used his Mr. Big persona as bait to be like, come and be with the character in a way. Does that make sense? What do you think about this, Al?
Well, I mean, I think that rock stars use their persona to bring people around.
But rock stars aren't fictional.
I'm not saying, well,
like, Mr. Big isn't real.
You can make the, they have fans, however you want to look at it. So that's neither here nor there. I think people using their fame to get people from the opposite sex to approach them is not new, and I don't know if that is a crime. What he is being accused of is a crime, but he's kind of being accused of it, right? He's not being accused in a court of law where somebody sent papers to his lawyer like, you need to be in court and be ready to defend yourself. It's kind of like, I'm saying you did this, which is well within her rights. He's saying he didn't, which is well within his rights. Right. But he lost his commercial. And so, Lindsay, my question is, what do we do with these accusations? I want to give them the breadth and the respect that they deserve. I want the person being accused to have give them the respect to defend themselves against such serious and gross, straight up gross allegations. So how do we do that, but before Peloton or your sponsor leaves you? Because that's a big deal to people.
Yeah, it's only been like a day or two since these accusations came out and the ad is already dropped. So in the court of public opinion, we're kind of like, he's guilty, even though these are just alleged actions. I think it's hard because we were all just in group chats and all over the office talking about Sex and the City and why didn't Carrie save him and all this fun stuff. And then boom, you know, these allegations come out. And then the whole group chat that I had, which was the conversation about Chris Noth and where he went and why he died like the way he did, turned into, how come there are so many alleged sexual predators, especially ones that have these platforms and that are famous in Hollywood, and it's so like, are really this many people doing this? And then it came down to one of my friends saying that, you know, when you're younger, things might happen, and you look at them as you get older, whether you're a man or a woman, and realize that they were less appropriate than you thought at the moment, or that you were comfortable speaking up to at the moment. And so these could be a case of that, if these alleged actions are true. And if they're not true, we're kind of already presuming him guilty by dropping him by advertisers.
You know, if he's getting dropped, then we're treating them like they're true.
Well, Peloton didn't fire him. They just dropped the ad, and they can do so
but
at
that's
will.
Kind of how
but he's not going to be on any more red carpet.
Right.
You know,
Agreed, but LAPD, at this point, you wait for a police investigation, in my mind, or if you're Chris Noth, you sue for defamation if you think this is false. You do have a legal route to say you're slandering my character, and you're doing it recklessly, and I'm allowed to have a say in that. So far, he's simply said it's non-consensual. I mean, excuse me, it was consensual, and the LAPD says they're not opening.
Has anybody sued for defamation?
Tom Cruise sues it all the time.
But for something like this, for sexual assault.
Yep, he's a big.
Has Tom Cruise been accused of that? I don't think so.
All the time. There's very litigious people that just don't put up with it, and he's one of them. He'll sue.
But anybody else? We've covered a lot of stories.
I'm sure some people have sued for defamation, but it could be a private matter. But at some point, if you want to stick up for yourself, that's what you do, right?
Sure.
All right.
Good point.
Who intimidates Kim Kardashian?
Oh my God. I think it's the other way around.
Kim, all right, the answer might surprise you. She recently spilled the tea during the podcast Honestly with Barry Weiss. Take a listen.
Kim, lightning round. Real quick questions and quick answers. Who intimidates you?
I was going to say like politicians, but they don't. Maybe just my daughter, North.
Kim also called Noth Kanye's twin, and just a reminder that Kim's daughter Noth is 8 years old. Is this cool to admit your kid intimidates you? Do your kids intimidate you?
They don't intimidate me. I want to look cool in front of them.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to like have your kids be like, whatever, Dad. Like you kind of want to like, I'll rent a Corvette, no top, go cruising around LA. Like
what are you,
that's how your dad does. No, I want my kids to think I'm cool.
You're old, Dad.
Yeah, I really am. They're still in the Corvette. Like, oh my God, get away from my dad.
Okay, boomer.
My dad literally has a Corvette. I'm thinking about this moment right now.
Yes.
No, but I think on the one hand, it's like, you want to be such a good mom that like my kid intimidates me because they're judging me and I'm realizing they know what I didn't do right and I'm hoping they don't need to go to therapy for it. And on the other hand, she's divorced or getting divorced from Kanye, and she said that she reminds
so
her just of Kanye.
Right.
So it's like Kanye West is just like staring at you all day, judging you if you might be on the phone with someone else, like your little boyfriend from SNL. Or, like anything she's doing, she's getting judged. That's what I took it as, like her kids just staring at her like, Mom, and Dad wouldn't approve.
I totally agree. And if you've ever seen when Noth gets mad, she goes, your house is ridiculous. It's all white. How do we live in this weird house? If they have an architectural like bizarre.
Right.
She just is like, this is stupid. I want to live with toys.
I don't know if I care for that.
Oh, he doesn't like a brat child. I get it, Al.
I'm just saying
it sounds funnier than it actually is. If your kid is screaming that, they're probably the same kid in the grocery store.
I don't like that she's that comfortable even saying that.
Oh, really?
I come from the old school where there's levels to this.
Okay.
And like
buy your own house.
Yeah, well, we're not friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you as my kid, but like,
we're not.
I want there to be some kind of hierarchy.
Respect.
Where like, yeah, a little bit. So like, if I tell you something in seriousness, that you listen. I'm not like, whatever, Dad. I'm like, no, your dad's been on this planet for 44 years. I know a little something. It's like I don't want you feeling that comfortable talking to me.
I know you mean like Blue Ivy when she goes, Mom, no, to Beyonce, stop doing that. All right, this is a great segment. You at home, studio, everyone play along.
Well, let them decide if it's a great segment. You don't force it on them.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, just.
Which TV show home would you want to live in? I want to live away from Al. A new study is ranking them. Almost 20% of people want to live in Carrie Bradshaw's Upper East Side apartment. 28% Mike's home from the Brady Bunch was their favorite, especially since they had Alice, the live-in maid. She's
Does she
a person.
come with the house?
She's a person, people.
Yeah.
She's not an armoire.
She doesn't come with the house.
Almost 30% would move into the apartment from the Big Bang Theory, and no surprise here, the house from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the #1 place people want to live. Also, 35% of people say they would love to take home the Central Perk couch from Friends. Okay, there's a lot of people sitting on that. All right, we're going to go down the line because that's my favorite. Around the horn. Around the horn. Lindsay, what house do you want to live in and move into right away?
So mine is like more like a room because I love fluffy and pink things. I would want to be in I Dream of Jeannie set.
Thought about that.
And just like marinate in there and do things in there. I actually created my office in my new house to kind of be similar to this, except not as ridiculous. It's more like, it has like glow up things and pink.
Awful choice.
Did you what?
There's no bathroom. There's no kitchen.
Yeah, but that's not.
Where are the windows, Lindsay?
It's more for like meditation moments.
Yeah, and then you'll come out of meditation and then you'll panic and have to go right back in because you're in an enclosed space filled with pillows. There's no outside communication.
You came over my house once, you're never coming back.
But your house has nothing to do with your house is open and beautiful.
What's yours?
Okay, I went after Lindsay and I'm gonna get some jokes down. I like the Breaking Bad house. And I'll tell you, I know, because Lindsay,
I hated that house so much.
I know, but it reminded me of the house that I grew up in, because there's like modern houses. Like you have a modern home. I grew up in a house that was 20 years kind of, so it's like 1983 in there with that cheap brown wood. It's like the color of the suit.
Yeah, it wasn't
it's not real
kind
wood.
Kind of plasticky.
But like all my memories are attached to that. So that kind of like old school house with a landline phone is on the wall.
Sentimental.
Like I grew up in stuff like that.
All right,
so like
Tori, what's yours?
Frasier's apartment.
Oh,
why are we obviously
great view?
The Seattle view. He had an Eames chair, a telescope.
Good. Yes. That's a good call.
You're not going to joke on her?
It's better than a random room of pillows.
Okay, you're 1901 home. Well, nobody wants to come over there.
1971.
Okay, nobody wants to come over there.
Out of time. Coming up on DBL. It's always a good time when Jonathan Bennett stops by. Oh, boy. He spills his side of the story of being kicked off Big Brother. And the Miss America pageant turns 100. But will the show go on? We're discussing if beauty pageants are a thing of the past.
Closed captioning provided by to defend my honor and show how I decorated my woman cave to be similar to I Dream of Jeannie. So as you can see, I Dream of Jeannie, and this is my woman cave.
My woman cave.
Please.
That does look cool, Lynn.
It's like a little oasis, and Mara was in there. She enjoyed it quite a bit.
Really cool.
You don't know that me and her had a great conversation in there.
That's a good spot.
This
That's
is Al's lady.
Okay, this is I love. Okay, this is cool. I will say this is cool, but I don't understand the angle. Did you get knocked to the floor and take the picture?
I'm trying to show.
Why are you? Tori, look at the angle.
Yeah, very much.
I was trying to show the room from below.
It does look like you've fallen. It looks like you've fallen down.
It's like the
You guys have
paramedics
no
were like,
artistic eye.
take a picture of which.
Did you? Okay. Did you see Spike Lee this weekend? When Steph Curry broke a record? And I don't know sports, so don't get into it. But he got the best shot from behind of Steph Curry, showing like.
Yeah.
And he got on the floor. He's not beyond getting on the floor to get the best shot to make somebody look giant. I wanted the room to look giant.
It just looks weird. It looks like you're looking for something under the couch when you're like, turn the flashlight on your phone. I think I dropped my key.
I can't wait. Look, I want to know in the comments,
cool
would you
room.
guys prefer to go to I Dream of Jeannie's house and hang out for a couple hours, or go to Al's 1970 house and hang out for a couple hours?
We over there eating Stouffer's frozen meals.
We should take an Italian.
Talking on landline phones, playing dominoes in the kitchen. On that cheap wood.
And rug everywhere.
Yeah,
like just like so if you spill something, it's permanent every time.
Yeah, you just move the table over it.
Hey Tori.
Okay.
Would you prefer? Look, you're gonna break the tie. Would you prefer to go to Breaking Bad house to visit Al, or to I Dream of Jeannie?
1000% yours is the way better choice. It's
Okay,
Erica.
where's the restroom? Where's the kitchen?
Erica, she said, does look like it.
Well, and I always said you're in the I Dream of Jeannie.
And my mom thought that was hilarious.
We said pick a house, not a room.
Well, women.
She
tend
lived
to
in there.
want-
She was a freaking genie. It was a bottle.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
I can tell she was feeling something.
Blush for Alfonso Ribeiro.
This is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely.
Yeah. DBL is always all new every day.
Welcome back to a DBL. Well, Miss America.
That was so abrupt.
Turned 100 years old this week. That's right, Kelly. And last night, a new Miss America was crowned. Miss Alaska.
Yay.
Emma Broyles took home the crown, also winning a $100,000 scholarship. I think our sound guy, Steve, is also from Alaska, that's why.
Double claps.
Okay. Double claps. Last night's show was not on network television. Instead, it was live streamed on Peacock. Several fans took to social media to blast the production quality of the beauty contest, saying the lighting, the transitions, the mics, even the music were horrible. Well, one Twitter user went as what?
That's like a mean community theater director tweeted that.
Okay, hold on. One went as far as comparing the show, get this, to a dumpster fire. Okay, let's move off that.
Can we pull back?
We're gonna pull back, but can I ask you a question? Obviously, this is an incredibly generational thing. There are people out there like you that are watching that really love watching it. It's a tradition. There she goes, Burt Parks, all of that, right? The pageantry, the charity, the scholarship money. I know people, pageant people that are really working hard. And then there's people who are like, how outdated and sexist is this? Where are you guys on pageants?
I didn't think anybody would ever ask me that question in my life. Al, let's get serious for a second.
On pageantry, I'm probably somewhere at the 50% mark somewhere.
I called Lindsay at 3 o'clock in the morning this morning and asked her that.
What do you think of pageantry?
Talk to me about pageants. I need to know.
I'm so sorry to phrase it that way.
But I think the quality of the show, like we talked about Zoom award shows. I think everybody knows that you can get away with like downgrading the quality a little bit. And so people are like, we're not putting, like we used to put so much money into everything that was like appointment television. And now it's like, it's streaming. We'll throw a little money here and there. And so maybe that's why it looked like garbage. Maybe that was a true fan of like the old school ones where there was like five cameras and.
Do you think it's antiquated, sexist, or do you enjoy the beauty pageant?
I would enjoy it. I'm not really offended by it.
You're not
if
offended?
somebody wants to participate, enjoy it.
That's fine. Al?
Yeah, I just like that Lindsay thought a 5-camera shoot's a big deal.
I meant like, well, we have like 20 in here.
4. Lindsay, like sometimes they would have upwards of 3, 4 cameras.
high-end production.
No, I think it's where it is when you have something this polarizing. It's like network televisions for football, for something most people want to watch. Something like this is kind of boutique. It should be kind of just streaming for the people that want to see it, but most of America, including the three of us, probably didn't know it was on until we got a call from our producers this morning, so I think that's where it is.
Hey, do you know who won? I don't know. Alaska. Because she won.
No, we got it.
Yeah, here.
Come on.
And I didn't think it was funny. And
Did you hear Courtney?
I think everything's funny.
She goes, in my ear, she goes, and we're out of time.
Yeah.
Coming up on DBL, our interview with friend of the show, Jonathan Bennett. He tells us how Hallmark continues to push the envelope when it comes to diverse storylines.
Listen, this past couple of years has been so crazy. Let's express gratitude for this year and all of the amazing gifts that are coming in 2022.
This year, let's try and put aside all of our differences and just be together and really be present in the moment.
From the Showman, happy holidays!
From me and my family, we truly want to thank you over the years how much support you've given me and our whole team.
I know the holiday season can be difficult for some, and I just want to let you all know that you're not alone, and I'm wishing you a holiday season full of love and light.
From all of us here at Daily Blast Live,
we want to wish you
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And a healthy new year.
and my baby said happy holidays.
Welcome back to DBL. Now, he's a very good friend of the show, but I'm still waiting for my wedding invitation. Oh. Earlier, Jonathan Bennett was back to talk about his new Hallmark movie, The Christmas House 2, Deck Those Halls. Check it out.
So, Jonathan, first and foremost, how does it feel to be engaged at the same time as your Mean Girls co-star Lindsay Lohan after all these years? Congratulations!
Oh, look at us! Look at us! The gold. That's America's golden couple right there. It didn't work out for either of us, but we didn't keep our relationship going. It is absolutely so joyous to have Lindsay Lohan engaged at the same time I am. And what I love, I keep saying, is the smile that I see in the photos of her engagement is the smile I know on Lindsay's face when she's genuinely happy.
That's so good to hear.
It's like, 18-year-old Lindsay where we're having like milkshakes at Mel's Diner and like giggling.
Yeah.
That's a genuine happy smile. So I know she's absolutely ecstatic, and I got to talk to her, and she's so happy and excited,
awesome.
and I'm so excited for her. And what a weird thing, Aaron Samuels and Katie Heron are engaged at the same time. Yeah. Two men.
I love it. I love it. I mean, everybody deserves a happy ending, right? But you were a host, we all know, on Cake Wars. So did that experience elevate your standards for, like, let's say, your wedding cake?
That's a good question.
Okay, here's the deal. I have hosted over 200 and some episodes of Cake Wars. I've eaten more cake than anyone in the entire world, and the best cakes by the best bakers. And however, when I tried our wedding cake at Unico Resort, which is where we're getting married in Mexico, Unico Resort, I said, hey guys, you got to really bring your A game for the cake. The orange and strawberry cakes that I tried blew me away. And I was like, wow, you guys did it. I have no notes. I ate it and I go, no notes. You've done it all right. So yes, my standards are very high, but Unico Resort cake is delicious.
Yummy!
Orange cake.
I know, never heard of an orange cake.
Interesting.
Because you're going to be in Mexico. It's going to be like a whole thing. It's going to be, you know, citrus and fun. And the orange cake is delicious.
Nice, tropical. All right, now let me
Tori's
ask this.
upset she's not invited.
What? I'm not.
Well, ever since I sent her that letter of cease and desist, she's not allowed to come within 200 feet of me.
Yeah,
so that's
when
why.
he came to studio, you were looking at him
That's why
too
I'm
long.
not there. We have to do it via Zoom.
It is true. I'm supposed to be about 200 yards away. 200 yards away. No, you were a house guest, my love, on Big Brother, just like our co-host Jeff. But you were the first to go home, and I was really upset about that. Where did it all go wrong?
From the beginning, Tori. And from the very beginning is walking on the set is where it went wrong. So what happened was I knew I had to be like myself and charming and nice and try to get people to like you. And then all I could think of was Ryan Lochte and I don't want to be together because we're like the same deal.
Mm-hmm.
So like if we're together, people are going to vote us out. And like the first day I was like, Ryan Lochte had to pick who his partner was going to be. And as much as I love that man with all my heart, he turned to me and he's like, you boy, you're my partner. And I'm like, no, I'm not your partner. They're not going to like that. Once we were joined, I was like, Ryan, don't win. Whatever you do, don't win this challenge because we'll have a target on our back. He's like, I got you, fam. And then 2 minutes later, we won because then I realized like, the only time Ryan Lochte hasn't won is never. Like he never does something like a physical challenge and loses. So it was like there was no point in telling Ryan Lochte to not win the physical challenge. He's not able not to. So once that happened, you know, it was just downhill from there.
Well, yeah, that's the one thing in show business no one talks about is like there's a thing where when you walk into a set, you know who your competition is, and it's never spoken, but you're like, okay, it's me and that guy. All right.
Yep.
Like, you know, when you're black, it's easier.
He's like, let's join forces. I'm like, no, we don't want to join forces. No.
I get it. Now,
I'm like, give me Kato Kaelin. Like, I'll team up with him. Great, come here.
Kato did well, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He actually really did. Now, last year, Hallmark started to push for more diverse storylines. So tell us how the Christmas House 2 is going to continue that push.
Nobody's stressed. Wow, I am so excited for Hallmark Channel and the future of Hallmark Channel with Lisa and Wanya and the whole new team. It is just such an exciting time to be a part of Hallmark Channel. And the Mitchells are back this Christmas.
Yeah.
The entire Mitchell family, Hallmark's favorite family, comes back for the holidays. And this time, the family has grown. My husband and I bring back our 2 kids now instead of 1.
Wow.
We've all expanded, so there just are more Mitchells to love. And what's so great about this family and about the way Hallmark tells this story is that it's what a modern family looks like in 2021.
Yeah, totally.
This is what a modern family is.
Yeah.
In the age we're living in, this is what love and family and Christmas looks like.
Jonathan, thank you so much for chatting with us. We adore you. Tune into the Hallmark to watch the Christmas House 2, Deck Those Halls.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Love you, buddy.
Come see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Love you.
Love you.
See you, brother.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Thanks for joining. I'm here today with Dr. Anthony Fauci.
In March 2020, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg sat down with White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci to talk about the state of the pandemic. More than a year and a half later, on December 13th, a clip of that interview was posted to Twitter, where it got more than 1 million views. Twitter users are claiming the clip is evidence that Fauci told Zuckerberg the COVID-19 vaccine would make people worse. But is that true? Let's verify. We went to these sources for an answer. A longer video of the Facebook Live interview was posted by Mark Zuckerberg in March 2020, before the actual COVID-19 vaccines had been developed. During the 37-minute interview, Zuckerberg and Fauci discussed what individuals could do to slow the spread of the virus. 24 minutes into the video, Zuckerberg asked about vaccines.
What's the public health rationale and thinking behind needing to prove that it's extremely effective before rolling out something that you know is safe?
In his response, which is being shared out of context, Dr. Fauci was not telling Zuckerberg that the COVID-19 vaccine would make you more likely to get infected with COVID-19 or get worse, as Twitter users claimed. Rather, he pointed to historical evidence that has shown the importance of safety testing any vaccine before releasing it on the market.
This would not be the first time, if it happened, that a vaccine that looked good in initial safety actually made people worse. There was the history of the respiratory syncytial virus vaccine in children, which paradoxically made the children worse. One of the HIV vaccines that we tested several years ago actually made individuals more likely to get infected. So you can't just go out there and give it unless you feel that in the field, when someone is getting infected and exposed, being vaccinated doesn't make them worse. That's why you got to do a trial.
So this claim is false. Dr. Fauci did not tell Mark Zuckerberg the COVID-19 vaccine would make people worse. His comments were shared out of context. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website lists side effects of taking the COVID-19 vaccine. None include increased chance of getting infected. According to the CDC, people who were unvaccinated had greater risk of testing positive for COVID-19 and a greater risk of dying from COVID-19 than people who were fully vaccinated. With your Verify, I'm Adiante Till.
However you're celebrating, make DBL a part of your holiday cheer.
What's up, homie?
I can tell she was feeling a little something, I tell.
Erica blushed for Alfonso Ribeiro.
Would you have been cooking naked?
Cooking?
Yes, on our last show.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Am I right? Say yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I got chills.
Me too.
Clearly.
DBL is always all new every day.
I don't know if you guys know this as well about Jonathan Bennett, but the suit he was wearing when he kissed his partner in the Christmas House 1 on Hallmark is going into the Smithsonian because it's the first gay kiss in Hallmark history.
Wow.
Isn't that exciting?
It's crazy.
I'm so proud of him.
I was watching television yesterday with my girl Merritt, and you know, there's a Gap ad, and just two gay guys kissed, and I was like, we are living in the future.
We're in the future.
This is great.
I love it. DBL's new every day. We'll be back Monday, same time, same place. Have a great weekend. Y'all be safe.
And I love Jeannie.
And there's Lindsay Jeannie.
Have a good weekend.
It looks rad.